Be careful. The house you are staying in is not safe. Inside, there is something you cannot see, something that has been waiting for you long before you even stepped through that door. Every wall whispers your name when you're asleep. Every shadow follows your footsteps when you walk alone. Tonight, the air feels heavier, colder, as if the entire house is holding its breath. I am Archangel Michael, and I am speaking to you now because time is running out. You will hear knocks that no one else hears. You will see movements in the corner of your eye that vanish when you look. Do not ignore them. Do not think you are imagining it. There is a reason I was sent to warn you tonight. If you stay here without listening to my voice, you may not have the chance to leave tomorrow.
The clock in the living room has stopped ticking, but you can still hear a faint tick, 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 somewhere in the house, as if time itself is hiding from you. The lights flicker, not in a random way, but in a rhythm, almost like a signal. I know you think it's just a power issue, but no, I can see beyond what your eyes can. Something inside these walls is listening to your thoughts. Every time you breathe, it draws closer. I can feel it pressing against the thin veil that separates its world from yours. You must understand. I am not here to frighten you, but to prepare you. You will soon hear your name being called in a voice that sounds exactly like someone you trust, but it will not be them. Do not answer. Do not follow. I, Archangel Michael, am standing guard, but even my protection depends on you making the right choice in the next few hours. Remember, the danger is not just in the house, it's in the moments when you believe you are safe.
You sit on the couch, trying to convince yourself that you're just tired, that all of this is in your head. But then, there it is, a sound from the hallway. At first, it's soft, like someone dragging their fingertips along the wall. Scratch, scratch, scratch. You glance toward the dark corridor, but it's empty. You tell yourself not to get up, but your curiosity is stronger than your fear. As you step closer, the sound stops. Complete silence. Even the faint ticking you heard earlier is gone. And then, a whisper. So close, right by your ear. It says your name, slowly, as if tasting each syllable. You spin around, but no one is there. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and yet part of you feels drawn to follow the voice. You take another step toward the darkness, and suddenly the hallway seems longer than it should be, stretching unnaturally as though the house is reshaping itself to keep you inside. I am still here, watching. My wings shield you from the full force of what lurks beyond the veil, but even I can sense its hunger growing. This is no ordinary haunting. It is something older, something that remembers you from another time, another place. It knows your fears, your memories, and your weaknesses. It will use all of them against you. Then, in the far distance of the hallway, you see it, a faint light flickering like a candle in the wind. For a moment, you think it's an exit, a way out. But listen to me carefully. It is not. That light is bait. It wants you to walk toward it, to step past the one threshold I cannot protect you from. Your phone buzzes suddenly in your pocket. You take it out, hoping for a message from a friend or family member, but the screen is blank.
Just a single line appears, written in a language you've never seen before, and yet somehow you understand it. It says, "Welcome home." Your breathing quickens. Your fight or flight instinct screams to run, but your legs feel heavier, as though the air itself is thickening around you. That's when I raise my voice, sharper than before. Do not move another step. Something is watching from the dark, and it's smiling.
You freeze in place, my warning still ringing in your ears, but the silence that follows is worse than any sound. It's the kind of silence that presses into your skull, making every heartbeat sound like a drum. Then there's a shift, a coldness, not like a draft, but like a living thing brushing past you. The hairs on your arms stand straight. You glance to your left, nothing. You glance to your right, nothing. And then slowly, you look down. Your breath catches. There, on the wooden floor beside your bare feet, is the faint outline of another set of footprints. They weren't there a moment ago. They are wet, as if someone has walked in from the rain, but you know the doors have been locked, the windows sealed. One by one, the wet prints begin to multiply, spreading across the floor toward you, and then past you, into the living room. Your eyes follow them, and that's when you see the reflection. Not in a mirror, in the switched-off black screen of the TV. The reflection shows you standing alone in the room, except you're not alone. Behind you, something tall and impossibly thin is leaning forward, its head tilting, its mouth stretching far too wide, almost like it's studying you. You whirl around, nothing is there, but the footprints are still wet, still fresh. That's when the smell hits. A sickly sweet odor, like decaying flowers mixed with something metallic. I tighten my grip around my sword in the unseen realm, my wings flaring to shield you, but I can already feel it testing the edges of my protection. This is not a ghost, not in the way humans understand them. It is a collector, a thing that gathers the living as trophies, and you are the one it has been waiting for. You hear it again, faint but deliberate, that same dragging sound along the wall, only this time it's on the inside of the wall, moving toward you from within the structure of the house itself. Do not run yet, I warn, my voice low and commanding. If you run now, it will chase. If you stand still, it will circle. You must choose wisely.
The dragging sound inside the wall grows louder, sharper, until it's no longer a scrape, it's a clawing. Wood splinters, the wall groans, and for a moment you think it's going to burst open. Your heartbeat is in your ears now, deafening, and the house feels smaller, as if the walls themselves are leaning inward. Then, bang! The wall behind you shakes violently, the sound like a massive fist slamming into it from the inside. Dust rains down from the ceiling. Your breath catches as another impact follows, this one closer, right beside your head. You stagger back, eyes locked on the plaster, watching it bulge outward for a fraction of a second before snapping back in place, like something just pressed its face against the inside and was looking at you through the wall. And then it laughs. Not a human laugh, not even an animal sound. It's low at first, a guttural vibration that rises into a shrill, broken cackle that makes your skin crawl, the kind of sound that feels like it was meant for your ears alone. I step closer in the unseen realm, my voice cutting through your panic. It knows you've heard it. It knows you felt it. Now it wants to see how far it can push you before you break.
Suddenly, every door in the house slams shut at once. Bang, 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 sealing you inside. The windows rattle, but they don't break. A single picture frame falls from the wall and shatters, and in the shards of broken glass, you see it again, that impossibly tall shape. Closer now, its long fingers pressed flat against the inside of the wall, the tips bending like they're testing how much more it needs to push before it can come through. The lights flicker rapidly, and with each flash, the figure's position changes. One moment in the hallway, then near the kitchen, then behind you. I speak louder, firmer, my voice like thunder. Stand still. Do not look behind you. Every instinct will tell you to turn, but if you do, it will take that as an invitation. And just as you fight the urge to turn, the breathing starts. Slow, deep, wet breaths right at the back of your neck.
But something inside you rebels. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's the human need to see what's threatening you, to prove it's real. Slowly, without even meaning to, you shift your weight. Your head begins to turn just an inch. And the moment your eyes leave the safety of the wall in front of you, the air changes. The temperature drops so fast your breath clouds in the dim light. The breathing stops. For a second, there is absolute silence. And then, it is there, inches from your face. Its skin is the color of old ash, stretched tight over bone, but its mouth is wrong, too wide, too deep, filled with teeth that don't look like they belong in any living thing. They are jagged, uneven, and wet, as if they've been gnawing on something moments ago. Its eyes are not eyes at all, but deep pits of shadow, and yet you feel them looking into you, pulling at your thoughts, your memories, your will. Your body goes rigid, you can't move, can't even scream. And then it tilts its head the way a predator studies prey, and it smiles. The smile is impossibly slow, stretching until the corners of its mouth split, revealing more rows of teeth that glisten in the flickering light. In the unseen realm, I raise my sword, my wings bursting outward to shield you, but the thing leans closer and speaks, not with a voice, but with a sound that forms in your mind, bypassing your ears. A sound that feels like it's carved into your thoughts. You've seen me now, so you can never leave. Every light in the house goes out. Complete darkness. You hear movement, but it's everywhere at once, in front of you, behind you, above you. The floorboards groan under a weight that feels heavier than the world itself. I speak with force that shakes the air around you. This is the moment. If you listen to me without hesitation, I can still pull you out of its grasp, but if you doubt me for even a breath, it will take you.
The darkness is absolute, a suffocating, swallowing black that makes you forget what light even feels like. You can hear your own heartbeat pounding in your ears, each thud louder than the last. I speak to you again, my tone sharper than a blade. Move, now, toward the front door. Do not look anywhere else. Your hands are trembling as you stretch them out, feeling for the wall. The air feels thicker now, like you're pushing through invisible water. Somewhere to your left, there's a dragging sound, something heavy being pulled slowly across the floor. You ignore it and shuffle forward, counting each step, the sound of your own breathing ragged and fast. Then you find the doorknob, cold, icy, as though it's been outside in the winter wind. You twist it, but it won't budge. You try again, harder this time. Nothing. And then you hear it, a whisper right against the door, on the other side. Stay. The voice is soft, coaxing, almost gentle.
You feel the knob twitch under your hand as though something on the other side is holding it still. Behind you, a loud creak, floorboards straining under weight. It's closer now, too close. I shout, my voice cutting through the oppressive dark. Step back! It's not the real door! The house has folded in on itself. You're trapped in its shell. Before you can react, the doorknob turns on its own. Slowly, painfully slowly. You let go instantly, but the door swings open, and there's nothing beyond it. No porch, no street, just blackness. A void that seems to hum with a low, vibrating growl. You feel it pulling at you, a pressure in your chest like it's trying to drag you forward. The floor tilts beneath you. You stumble, your feet sliding toward the void. The pull grows stronger. Your hands claw at the wall for balance, but the wallpaper peels away under your fingers, revealing not wood, flesh, warm, pulsing, like the house itself is alive. You hear footsteps now, deliberate, heavy, each one echoing like it's coming from a cathedral. The entity is moving toward you, slow, because it knows you can't escape. I grip you in the unseen realm, my voice fierce. Close your eyes, shut them tight. If you look into that void, it will see through you and you will never come back. The pull stops. Silence. And in that silence, a hand brushes your shoulder.
The creaking grows louder, deeper. Not just wood straining, but something alive, pushing, stretching. The boards beneath your feet swell upward, then split, not with splinters, but with a wet, tearing sound. From the gaps, you see movement, something slick, something that writhes. The smell hits next, a stench like rotting soil mixed with iron. Your stomach twists, and for a moment you think you might be sick. Then the walls start to change. The wallpaper bubbles and peel, revealing not wood, not brick, but something pale and veined, flexing slowly, like the walls themselves are breathing. You step back, and the hallway behind you is gone. In its place is a twisting corridor that seems to go on forever, bending and curving in ways that don't make sense. You look toward the kitchen. It's no longer a kitchen, but a narrow staircase spiraling downward into pitch black water that churns without sound. I raise my voice, breaking through your panic. The house is showing you its true shape now. This is its body. You are walking inside its lungs, its veins, its stomach. As I speak, the ceiling above you stretches and splits. Something long and thin drops down, swinging gently in the flickering light. At first you think it's a rope, then it twitches. Then it bends, curling toward you like a finger. The mark on your shoulder flares hot again, and the walls around you react, pulsing, contracting, almost as if they're trying to push you toward that spiraling staircase. The floor shifts beneath your feet, tilting just slightly, enough to make you stumble forward. From deep below, in that black water, you hear it. Splash, splash, splash. Slow, steady footsteps climbing up toward you. Not running, not rushing, just approaching. I raise my voice, breaking through your panic. If it reaches the top of that staircase, the house will seal you in completely. There will be no way back. The air thickens again, each breath harder than the last. The finger-like tendril above you twists and lowers, almost touching your hair. The walls groan, the floor shudders, and then from somewhere far off, a door slams open. For the first time, you see light. Real light. But between you and that light, the corridor twists like a living snake, its floor rippling, its walls closing in and opening again like jaws. The creaking grows louder, deeper.
Not just wood straining, but something alive, pushing, stretching. The boards beneath your feet swell upward, then split, not with splinters, but with a wet, tearing sound. From the gaps, you see movement, something slick, something that writhes. The smell hits next, a stench like rotting soil mixed with iron. Your stomach twists, and for a moment you think you might be sick. Then the walls start to change. The wallpaper bubbles and peel, revealing not wood, not brick, but something pale and veined, flexing slowly, like the walls themselves are breathing. You step back, and the hallway behind you is gone. In its place is a twisting corridor that seems to go on forever, bending and curving in ways that don't make sense. You look toward the kitchen. It's no longer a kitchen, but a narrow staircase spiraling downward into pitch-black water that churns without sound. I raise my voice, breaking through your panic. The house is showing you its true shape now. This is its body. You are walking inside its lungs, its veins, its stomach. As I speak, the ceiling above you stretches and splits. Something long and thin drops down, swinging gently in the flickering light. At first you think it's a rope, then it twitches. Then it bends, curling toward you like a finger. The mark on your shoulder flares hot again, and the walls around you react, pulsing, contracting, almost as if they're trying to push you toward that spiraling staircase. The floor shifts beneath your feet, tilting just slightly, enough to make you stumble forward. From deep below, in that black water, you hear it. Splash, splash, splash. Slow, steady footsteps climbing up toward you. Not running, not rushing, just approaching. I raise my voice, breaking through your panic. If it reaches the top of that staircase, the house will seal you in completely. There will be no way back. The air thickens again, each breath harder than the last. The finger-like tendril above you twists and lowers, almost touching your hair. The walls groan, the floor shudders, and then from somewhere far off, a door slams open. For the first time, you see light. Real light. But between you and that light, the corridor twists like a living snake, its floor rippling, its walls closing in and opening again like jaws. The light is faint but unmistakable, a golden glow spilling through a doorway at the far end of the shifting corridor. Every instinct in you screams to run for it. You take one step forward, and the entire floor ripples beneath your feet like the surface of water, throwing you off balance. I shout over the roar of the house's groaning walls. Do not stop. Keep moving. It will try to confuse you. You push forward, your shoes slapping against the pulsing floor. The light stays in view, but the hallway stretches unnaturally, each step feeling like it moves you no closer. The walls on either side pulse and contract like muscle, exhaling bursts of damp, warm air that smell faintly of blood. Something lashes out from the left wall, a tendril, long and slick, wrapping around your ankle. You crash to the floor, the impact jolting through your bones. The tendril starts dragging you sideways toward a narrow opening that wasn't there before. A hole in the wall, lined with glistening, tooth-like ridges. Kick harder, I command. Do not let it pull you in. You thrash wildly, your heel connecting with the tendril's slick surface. It recoils with a wet hiss, disappearing into the wall. You scramble to your feet, your chest burning, and keep running. The light flickers, once, twice, and suddenly it's behind you. You stop dead in your tracks, spinning around. The golden glow now seeps from a doorway that wasn't there a moment ago. The house is rearranging itself, shifting the exit like a cruel game. From somewhere deep in the shadows ahead, you hear that laugh again, low, broken, and far too close. The mark on your shoulder pulses in time with it, as if the sound is speaking directly to it. "It's hunting you now," I warn, my voice echoing like thunder in your skull. "You have seconds before it closes the path entirely." You make a choice, no thinking, no hesitation, and bolt toward the new doorway. The corridor narrows around you, walls closing in so tightly your shoulders scrape against them. The ceiling lowers, forcing you into a crouch. Then, without warning, the floor drops. You're sliding, tumbling downward into pitch blackness. The light vanishes above you as the walls around the slide close like a throat swallowing you whole. For a heartbeat, there's nothing, just the sensation of falling. Then your feet hit solid ground, hard. You stagger forward and realize you're standing in a room you've never seen before. It's small, circular, and in the center, on the floor, is a single chair. Someone is sitting in it. They're facing away from you. The air in the small circular room feels heavier than anywhere else in the house. Each breath you take feels like you're inhaling through water. The figure in the chair is perfectly still, their shoulders rigid, head tilted slightly downward as if they've been waiting. You take one cautious step closer. The floor here doesn't pulse like the rest of the house. It's perfectly still, unnervingly solid. The silence is so deep you can hear the faint creak of the chair's wood under the figure's weight. Then the head turns. Slowly, deliberately. You freeze. Your stomach drops as the face comes into view, because it's yours. Every line, every detail, every scar perfectly mirrored, except for the eyes. They're not your eyes. They're vast, hollow pits filled with shifting darkness that seems to swirl and reach outward like tendrils. Looking into them feels like leaning over the edge of a cliff into endless night. It smiles, your smile, but it doesn't fit. The corners of the mouth pull too far, stretching the skin until you hear it crack. When it speaks, it's in your voice, exactly your voice. You're late. The sound sends a jolt of nausea through you, as if your own body is rejecting the sound of itself twisted this way. I speak, my tone sharper than ever. Do not answer it. That is not you. That is what it wants you to become. But the thing in the chair rises slowly to its feet, never breaking eye contact. As it straightens, you notice it's taller than you, its limbs just slightly too long, as if it was built from memory, but stretched into something alien. It steps forward, barefoot, each step making no sound. It says, "I can make it easier." Still, in your voice. No more running, no more fear, just give me the rest of you. The mark on your shoulder ignites with searing heat. You gasp, clutching it, and the thing's smile widens. The walls around you groan, seams splitting to reveal veins of pulsing light that pulse in sync with your heartbeat. It's binding you, I warn, my voice booming in your mind. If the mark completes its circle, you will vanish, and what remains will be it. The thing extends a hand toward you, palm open, like an offer. The darkness in its eyes swirls faster, pulling you in. You feel yourself leaning forward before you even realize it. And then the lights go out. When they return, the chair is empty. Something is breathing right behind you. The breath on the back of your neck is steady, patient. You don't turn this time, but you feel it, the presence pressing in, the air vibrating faintly around your body like a low hum inside your bones. The mark on your shoulder sears hotter, the heat spreading across your chest like fire in dry grass. Then the voice, your voice, speaks directly inside your skull. Stop fighting. You're already mine. Your knees buckle, not from weakness, but from the crushing weight of something forcing its way into you. It's not pushing you aside, it's layering itself over you, sliding into your movements, your thoughts. For a heartbeat, you see from its perspective, your own body standing there, motionless, just a vessel. And in that vision, your skin is pale and lifeless, your eyes filled with that same swirling darkness. If it finishes the merge, I thunder from the unseen realm, you will cease. You won't even know you're gone. The thing's hands, your hands, yet not, rest lightly on your shoulders now. The touch is deceptively soft, but underneath is the pressure of a tidal wave ready to break. Your heartbeat becomes two heartbeats, one yours, one its, overlapping until you can't tell which is which. Images flood your mind, not memories, but promises. A world where you feel no fear, a body that never ages, power over those who once frightened you, all of it if you simply stop resisting. The room contracts around you. The walls bend inward, veins of pulsing light beating faster, in sync with the mark's glow. You can feel it now, a thin, burning circle nearly closed over your shoulder, the final link just moments away. You have seconds, I warn. Do the unthinkable, or it will take you whole. In that instant, you understand. The only way to break its grip is to cause yourself pain, real pain, to force your mind back into dominance. But in this house, pain is its language, and the moment you speak it, you risk giving it more power. You can feel your body leaning forward, your arms rising as if to embrace the thing behind you. Its voice is in your ear now, the whisper so close you feel the cold brush of its lips. Yes, let's be one. The mark burns white hot. The circle is almost closed. Your pulse is pounding in your ears, so loud it feels like the whole room is beating with it. The mark on your shoulder is nearly complete, the burning line almost closing its circle. The presence behind you is no longer just touching you, it's inside your breath, inside your heartbeat, pressing your movements into sync with its own. You can feel your thoughts slowing, becoming heavier, like they're being dipped in tar. Don't resist, your own voice says again, but softer now, coaxing, like a friend trying to calm you. You'll thank me when it's over. The promises fill your mind again, a world where fear doesn't exist, where your body never fails, where you can command others with just thought. You feel the tiniest, most dangerous temptation. What if it's right? That's when I break through the haze, my voice like a strike of lightning. You cannot live in a cage, even if the bars are made of gold. It wants your freedom wrapped in chains. And you know what you must do. You must hurt yourself enough to rip the merge apart. Your eyes dart to the shattered remains of the picture frame on the floor. A jagged piece of glass catches the flicker of the dim light. Every instinct screams not to touch it, but you force your legs to move. As you crouch, the entity's grip on your shoulders tightens, claws digging in deeper. "What are you doing?" it asks, still in your voice, but now with a sharpness, a hint of fear. You grab the shard of glass. It's icy cold, almost humming in your palm. You don't hesitate. With one hard motion, you drive it across your forearm. The pain is instant, white hot, snapping through your body like an electrical surge. The effect is immediate. The mark on your shoulder flares violently, the near-closed circle shattering like it's made of light. The pressure in your mind collapses inward, and for a moment, you are fully yourself again. The entity's reaction is instant and vicious. A scream, not through your ears, but inside your head, so loud it rattles your skull. The walls shudder, the floor heaves, and the ceiling tears open above you, revealing nothing but a spinning void. Something slams into your back, throwing you across the room. You hit the wall hard, the air blasting from your lungs. The thing is no longer subtle, it's visible now, ripping itself out of the air like a shadow tearing free from a body. Its height dwarfs you, its limbs bending in unnatural angles, its mouth gaping in a howl that shakes the light from the room. You've made it angry, I say, my tone grim but unwavering. And that means you've heard it. Now you have a chance. The entity lunges, its fingers stretching toward your throat. You roll aside just as they punch into the wall, splintering it open. And behind the cracked plaster, you see something unexpected. Sunlight. A real way out. But the gap is small, and the thing is blocking your path. Its head tilts, those swirling black pits locking onto you with a hunger that feels bottomless. You will crawl back to me, it says, this time in its own voice, deep, layered, echoing like it comes from every corner of the room. You can feel the heat from the mark fading now, but with it comes a new weakness, like the severing took part of your strength. You're not sure if you can make it to that sunlight before it catches you. The entity takes a slow step forward. The room bends around it, the floor tilting toward its body like the entire house wants to deliver you back into its grasp. I raise my voice, sharp as a blade's edge. If you hesitate now, it will drag you back and finish what it started. Move! The room tilts harder, the floorboards groaning like they're about to rip free from the foundations, pulling you toward the entity, as though gravity itself has chosen a side. That patch of sunlight behind the cracked plaster feels like the only real thing left in the world, and yet it seems impossibly far away. The creature takes a step forward with deliberate slowness, its limbs bending in sick, jerking motions like bones snapping back into place. Every movement is accompanied by a sound you can't quite place, not just creaking wood or cracking joints, but something deeper, like distant thunder echoing inside your bones. Its mouth stretches impossibly wide, revealing a swirling pit of nothingness where teeth should be. And in that pit, you see flickers of faces. Some are strangers, some are people you love. Your legs feel like lead, but I speak again, my voice cutting through the crushing air like a war horn. Now or never. The house moans as the entity lunges, not walking now, but gliding, its shadow stretching toward you like claws across the floor. You push off, every muscle screaming, and sprint toward the wall. The air thickens around you, clinging to your body like wet sand. You feel it drag against your arms, pulling you backward. Your feet slam against the warped boards, each step harder than the last. Behind you, the sound changes, a rapid scraping, like countless hands clawing along the walls and ceiling, chasing you. You risk a glance over your shoulder. Big mistake. The thing is not just following anymore, it's everywhere. Its face stretches across the walls, its eyes appearing in the ceiling, its blackened fingers curling through cracks in the floor. The house itself has become part of it. A whisper rushes into your ear, so close you swear lips are brushing your skin. You cannot leave. You belong here. You slam your shoulder against the cracked plaster. The sunlight spills brighter now, warming your skin in a way you hadn't realized you missed. But the gap is too narrow. You claw at it desperately, ripping chunks of plaster away with bloody fingers. The entity screams, a sound that rattles the nails from the walls. The entire room begins folding inward like paper. The door disappears. The windows turn black. Hurry, I roar. Break through. It can't survive in the light.
You grab a piece of broken wood from the floor and drive it into the wall, smashing the hole wider. Sunlight floods in, stinging the edges of the entity's shadow. It pulls back for a moment, letting out a deafening roar, but then surges forward with renewed fury. Its arm shoots out, impossibly long, fingers brushing your ankle. The moment it touches you, ice floods your veins, and your muscles seize. It's pulling you down, your body sliding across the splintered boards. Your fingernails scrape deep grooves into the wood, desperate for grip. The sunlight is inches away. The darkness is dragging you backward. You hear me again, closer than ever, my voice fierce and unyielding. You do not bow to shadows. You command them. Now, fight! Something in you ignites. With a raw, guttural scream, you twist your body, drive your free leg into the wall, and launch yourself forward with every ounce of strength left. The creature's grip tears at your skin, leaving burning lines where its claws had been, but you burst through the wall, tumbling into the light. The sunlight slams into your body like a wave of molten gold. The air is suddenly warm, clean, real. You turn back just in time to see the entity recoiling, its edges sizzling, its form collapsing inward like smoke being sucked into a vacuum. It doesn't vanish quietly. It howls, and in that howl, you hear every lie it ever whispered, every promise it ever made, shredding apart as the light devours it. And then, silence. You're lying in the grass outside. The house behind you looks ordinary now, still, calm, as though nothing had ever happened. But you know better. It's not over, I say, my voice calmer now, but edged with warning. It will try again, somewhere else, with someone else. But you are marked differently now. You are harder to reach. A breeze stirs the grass. The sunlight feels like a shield. And for the first time, you realize you can feel me beside you, not just my voice, but my presence, standing between you and the shadow.
You grip your arm so hard, your nails dig into your skin. But the cold inside it is spreading faster now, threading up toward your shoulder like a living frost. The veins into your flesh look darker, thicker, hungrier. No time, I warn, my voice urgent and unshakable. If it reaches your chest, there's nothing I can do. You'll be gone. You glance around in panic, searching for something, anything that could burn it out. But you're outside, in the grass, with nothing but a few scattered stones and the distant glint of your car. The pain sharpens, not just physical, it's in your mind too. Memories start warping. People you love suddenly have black eyes in your thoughts. Your happiest moments feel tainted, shadows in the corners of your mind stretching toward you. It's already feeding, I say grimly. Do it now. Your gaze locks on a jagged rock half buried in the dirt. Your heart drops into your stomach as you realize what I mean. No, there has to be another way. There isn't. The frost inside your arm pulses violently, almost like it heard you hesitate. Your fingers twitch on their own. Your wrist jerks slightly toward your throat. It's not just feeding now. It's testing control. Your breathing turns ragged. You grab the rock. It's cold, rough, heavy in your palm. Strike the mark, I command. Break the skin. Let light and pain in before it seals itself. The thought of it makes your stomach twist, but the veins are nearly to your shoulder now, the blackness deepening until your arm barely looks like your own. You raise the rock. For a moment you freeze, and in that pause you hear it. Don't, the entity whispers in your head, the voice warm, sweet, almost pleading. It uses your own memories against you, mimicking the tone of someone you once trusted. Your grip slackens. Now, I roar. With a scream that rips from somewhere deep inside, you bring the rock down against your arm, hard. The pain is immediate and blinding, a white-hot explosion tearing through your flesh. The skin splits, and for an instant black smoke hisses out, writhing like worms in boiling water. The smell hits you, sharp, metallic, wrong. The seed inside your veins thrashes in rage, the cold turning to searing heat. It feels like molten metal is being poured under your skin. You slam the rock down again, until the mark is broken wide and blood runs freely. The smoke pours out faster now, the tendrils wriggling desperately to stay in you, but the sunlight devours them the moment they leave your body. The entity screams in your mind, not a human scream, something deeper, ancient, layered with countless voices. Your vision flickers black and white, the edges of the world blurring. For a second you feel yourself slipping, and then silence. The veins retreat, the frost is gone, but your arm is a mess, bloodied, torn, the mark now a jagged, ugly wound instead of a perfect circle. You drop the rock, your hands tremble. You can still feel the echo of it inside you, faint but undeniable, like a shadow just out of sight. It's not dead, I say quietly, but you've hurt it, badly, and now it will hunt you for that. The wind shifts. Somewhere far away, a door slams, and you know, this was only round one.
The world feels wrong. Not loud wrong, not in-your-face wrong, but too quiet. The kind of silence that feels heavy, as if the air itself is holding its breath. Even the wind, which moments ago brushed against your skin, has stopped. Blood still trickles down your arm, warm against the cold sweat on your skin. You're lightheaded, each heartbeat echoing in your ears like a slow drum. You keep expecting to hear birds, crickets, anything, but the only sound is your own uneven breathing. I'm still here, standing in the unseen place between your reality and mine, but I don't speak right away, because I can feel it too, the shift. The house no longer hums with the same restless energy. That specific presence you felt inside its walls is muffled, as if retreating deeper into some hidden place. But that doesn't mean it's gone. You take a shaky step toward the porch. The wood creaks under your foot, far louder than it should in this silence. Each sound you make feels magnified, as though something is listening, watching, waiting. Is it over? You whisper, barely able to hear your own voice. No, I finally answer, my tone firm but low. You wounded it, you slowed it down, but you didn't destroy it. Your eyes flick toward the front door. The glass in the window reflects the faint shape of your own face, only for a fraction of a second, but you swear you see a shadow behind it, too tall, too still, with a posture that isn't human. When you blink, it's gone. You want to turn and run, but your feet refuse to move. Some primal part of you knows that running now would be a mistake, that it would draw it closer. The entity isn't attacking at this moment, but it's still tethered to you, pulled toward your fear like a scent in the air. The sunlight begins to dim, unnaturally fast. The sky shifting into an amber haze, even though sunset is hours away. You glance upward and see thin, black streaks cutting across the clouds, moving, writhing, like ink spreading in water. It's marking the sky, I warn. That means it knows exactly where you are. It will follow you, even in the light. Your throat feels tight. What do I do? Silence. Then, you prepare. You keep moving. And when it comes again, you finish what you started today. But remember this, it will not try to kill you outright next time. It will make you choose to let it in. It will use every weakness, every memory, every face you love.
Listen to me, and listen very carefully. I am no longer speaking only to you. I am speaking to the one who is hearing my voice right now. Yes, you. You think you are only listening to a story. You think this is just a voice in your headphones, or on your phone, or in the air around you. But what if I told you that the thing inside that house is not bound to a single place? What if I told you it can pass through words, through sounds, through the exact connection we share at this moment? Do you feel that? That faint tightening in your chest, that subtle shift in the temperature of the room you're in? That's not your imagination. The moment you started hearing this, a thread was tied between you and it. A thread so thin you wouldn't feel it until it begins to pull. I need you to look around you right now. Don't just glance. Look. The corners of your room, the dark spot near the ceiling, the gap beneath the door. If you see even the smallest shadow that doesn't belong, don't stare at it for too long. Don't give it the attention it's waiting for, because that's how it enters. Through attention, through curiosity, through your need to know. You may think you're safe because you're not in that house, but the truth is, the moment you allowed this story into your mind, the house became a part of you. You're carrying it now. Every sound, every breath, every flicker of the lights around you is another knock at the door inside your thoughts. And here's the most dangerous part. It doesn't need to scare you to win. It only needs you to invite it, and it will try. Not tonight, not tomorrow, but one night when you're half asleep and you hear your name in a voice you trust. Maybe your mother's, maybe your best friend's, maybe even mine. When that happens, you must not answer. You must not open the door, even if you hear crying or screaming or the sound of someone you love begging for help. Because once you answer, you will not be answering them. Now, I, Archangel Michael, am telling you this because you have been chosen to survive what is coming. Yes, chosen. But survival will not be easy. The one who faced it in that house slowed it down, but now it searches for another path, and that path might be you. The first sign will be subtle. The lights flickering, the clock stopping, your phone battery draining faster than it should. The second sign will be more personal. Whispers in the distance when you are alone. A shadow passing in the mirror that isn't your own. And the third sign, that's when you must decide. Stand your ground and fight, or let it take you. There is no middle choice. So here is my command to you. Burn its name into your mind. It is the watcher in the silence. If you remember this name, you will know when it comes. If you forget it, you will never realize it's already inside until it's far too late. You might be thinking, what if I just stop listening now? What if I walk away? But you can't undo what you've heard. You can't untie the thread. The only way forward is through preparation. So keep the light with you. Keep the prayer on your lips. And if, when it comes for you, know this, I will be there, but I can only step in the moment you choose to fight. Because the house was never just in one place. The house is anywhere it can make you open the door. And if you think this doesn't apply to you, check behind you.